Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our morning session at the Technical Forum. You're here with me today at the Hydrogen Fuel Cells and Batteries Group Exhibit 2018. I invite everybody to please grab a seat, enjoy a coffee, a water, juice, what have you, on us while we listen to the first presentation of the morning session. The first topic will be Maximator Hydrogen Technology, and we have two speakers with us here today. We have Mr. René Himmelstein, Vice President, and Mr. Patrick Schulte, Sales Engineer from Maximator GmbH. So please join me in giving them a warm welcome while we listen to our very first presentation on Wednesday at the Technical Forum.
Thank you very much.
Good morning, everybody. We are doing the presentation together, Patrick and myself. We give you a brief introduction about the Schmidt-Kranz Group and as well about Maximator. I will do the first part, and Patrick will
step in for the systems.
Exactly. So let's start with the Schmidt-Kranz Group. We are a family-owned company. It's the fourth generation already. Which means there's a lot of history, but we are also looking really into the future, and we have a lot of visions for the future. This is actually a quick overview about the whole structure. So actually we are coming from the mining industry, and therefore we have already ideas also in the mining industry to bring the hydrogen technology into the mining industry. We have one company called GHH. They are building dumper trucks, digger trucks, and drilling machine. And we want to implement fuel cells into these machines. With batteries makes no much sense at the moment. So therefore, this is really a big goal for us to go into that. And we are the owner of a big salt mine. And we want to bring also the hydrogen technology into the salt mine to run it together. Okay, what about Maximator? We are 700 people right now, 400 people in Germany, 300 all over the world. And we have a lot of different spaces, so high pressure technology is actually our main focus. We have a lot of engineers, we do a lot of production, we have a big service group. We have more than 40 people in service, which will be important later on. If we have all the filling stations around the world, we have to service them, which is pretty clear. This is actually an overview in Germany. Our headquarters is in Nordhausen, and all the other places are sales offices. And here is a global footprint. As you can see, it's well done actually. We are so-called German Mittelstand, not that big, but the global footprint is very good. We opened an office in Iran last year, and also Saudi Arabia will be on the agenda this year, because also Saudi is looking into H2 filling stations as well. So actually we have 4 divisions, and I want to make this a little bit quicker. This division is called components. So we are active in the hydrogen market since 2006 already, with this kind of products, small boosters. We have equipped many filling stations from Air Liquide that time, and still with this kind of devices. Then we have also high pressure fittings and tubings. So every fuel station must be equipped with high pressure fittings and also the tubing systems. So this high pressure valves you will find, for example, in the Linde filling stations, and we are talking to all of them. So we have also coning and threading, tubes and fittings, what I mentioned before, and we have also the right machine to do this cone and thread fittings. So we have another division, and we will build the hydrogen filling station. In that division, it's called the units division. And I give you a quick overview. We are doing also a lot in oil and gas and really complex systems. We know how to do, we know how to handle this business, and therefore we are prepared. So service, it's really important for us, because if you want to bring hydrogen filling stations into the market, you have to serve them, you have to be responsible for them. And therefore we have a big service organization. Just two examples. We have one, North America, California is really important for hydrogen. Yeah? So therefore, we are well prepared. We have 5 companies right at the moment over there. And I can tell you, we will rock the market over there for sure. And we are also in a position to open a complete service organization in California. The same is valid for China. We have 160 people right now running in China. So this was the global overview. Now we are going into the future. What are we doing into the future? What is our vision? Yeah? So as I told you, we have Maximator as a mother, and Maximator will build all the filling stations. Yeah? And then last November, we have opened Maximator Advanced Technology. Maximator Advanced Technology is based in Vienna, and we have 7 people. I will go a little bit further into that. Testnet, Patrick, you will talk a little bit about it later on. And beginning of next month, we will open another new company called Maximator Gas Solution. And Maximator Gas Solution will provide hydrogen storage systems, so that we can build from A to Z everything. Yeah? So going a little bit into Maximator Advanced Technology, all the people which are involved a little bit in the hydrogen business, they know Robert Adler. Yeah? Robert Adler is, for me, it's a kind of a genius. Yeah? And he has a lot of patents. He's working in the hydrogen industry since 30 years. And this group was starting now for us. And this group will do a lot of fancy things for us. Yeah? So our goal is to come out with a complete hydrogen filling station, cost-wise really low, yeah? With really good and fancy components. Yeah? So this team in Vienna, they will develop all these components for us for the future. That's our goal and vision. And at the moment, we are working on max compression and max power. I will explain a little bit to you later on what is about that. And here you have a complete overview, max power. I will go into that, max compression as well. They have a lot of knowledge with seals, which is really important for the compressors later on. Flow tech control and max cool. So we have a lot of ideas for the future. Actually, we have the 2nd generation for hydrogen filling stations already in place. Yeah? But now we start with max compression. You can see it also on our booth. It's a completely new air-driven system, with an efficiency of 100%. Everybody should now start laughing, but it's really true. And we can tell you why it is like this on our booth. The compressor will be ready, I would say, beginning of next year. We are starting the testing of the ceilings at the moment, and this is ongoing. And here you can see a nice picture. And the most important thing for you to know is that we have an automatic seal exchange implemented into the compressor system. I do not know if this is working. You can see here is a kind of a revolver. You have here the high pressure piston. And if we see the leakage, we have a kind of a leakage sensor inside. And if we see that the leakage is getting too high, we are doing a repositioning and we bring the new sealing in. So we have 4 sealings inside this revolver blade, and which means we can drop down the OPEX cost dramatically. Because at the moment, the biggest problem if you are running a hydrogen filling station is clearly that you have to do quite often maintenance for the compressor. And with our new system, you can save a lot of money. Okay, that was from my side. Patrick, it's your turn.
Thank you very much. I will now try to give you a short overview about the last 2 divisions we have. It is, first of all, the systems division. After all, I will tell you about the service department where we do all the testing stuff and so on in-house. So it's just a quick overview of things we provided already to customers or we have right now in engineering. And what we are talking about within the systems department are test stands to provide the research and development for customers who are within their business. They need, for example, a burst test stand or a cycle test stand, and we are able to offer them complete turnkey solutions for the research and development and for the end-of-line testing, which I will show you later. So maybe someone of you might know when you produce, for example, the composite pressure vessels, you have to test them at the end of the line, and we are thinking about a very automated situation, a complete line of end-of-line testing at a high pressure. So what we have here is a simple test stand. It is movable and it's responsible to test, for example, the valve which are installed into a composite pressure vessel, or maybe the tubings and so on, which are responsible to deliver the hydrogen from the composite pressure vessel to the fuel cell finally. So you are able to test the burst and the lifetime within this test stand. I will go them very quick. If you have any questions to those, we have end of the presentation, or just visit me at the stand. I will be here today and on Friday, so if you have any questions, just feel free. This is a test stand for a serial production of CNG composite pressure vessels, and finally we are testing the vessels which go to the Audi A4 and Audi A5 G-Tron. So there are 4 different vessels, and here we test with water the proof pressure test. We have here, same project, it was responsible for the burst testing of those vessels. While production of those vessels, you have to test some of them for bursting, and you check if the production is correct. Here we have a flexible test stand we have in our laboratory in Nordhausen. It is a very big chamber where we are able to perform burst testing, for example, or pressure testing on very large vessels, for example, the heavy-duty industry or so. We have here a new concept for smaller vessels. This is right now in the engineering phase, and we will start assembly within the next month. Same project as I told you already for the Audi. It's CNG, and the pressure vessel will be here tested for their lifetime while being produced. This is a test stand we already built in 2002, so more than a decade away. It is designed to have a certification test on composite pressure vessels at low and high temperature, and it is located in Berlin at the Federal Department for Material Testing. We have the same test stand in a view of today, so the technical aspects changed, and we have designed it completely new. This is a hydrogen leak test stand we built for the end of line. The cars, the vessels will be installed in a car which stand right in this hall at the NOV common stand. And this is our idea how to make a serial production when you will raise up the number of cars. Each car has more than one vessel at the main often. And when you see here, you start with a proof pressure test, then you have washing and cleaning, and later on you will have the leak testing, which takes a lot of time to decrease the gas, or to get out the gas at the end of the day. I will just now go through. We have here the service department where we do testing as a service in Nordhausen. So when you have ever any component which needs to be pressurized or temperized, you could go in contact with us. And what we see here is a video of a high pressure, high speed recording of a burst testing of a composite pressure vessel. We do also the pressure cycling with pre-treatment, for example, drop test or the chemical exposure. And here we have the test under temperature, and we do the accelerated stress rupture test, bonfire test, and one test is very important. René also mentioned it's the testnet Maximator GmbH. We've got that company last month, and we will set up a hydrogen gas cycle test stand within Germany. And to all of they know about that test is very rare in the world. So we will create a new opportunity, and the special chamber you see there, it is able to resist a burst under gas pressure, 200 liters at 1,000 bars. So that will be very unique, and you will never find another chamber which is able to resist that. And we will be ready for operation in beginning of next year. So we are right now building up this test stand. And we would be happy if you have any questions about those. We would like to answer them. Thank you very much for your attention. I do not know if you have any time for questions. Of course. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And thank you both so much for that presentation. At this point, if we have any questions, I can bring the microphone down so that we can all hear you. All right, well, while you guys are thinking about what you might like to hear from them, I was just curious. Mr. Himmelstein, you mentioned that one of Maximator's priorities is creating a low-cost hydrogen filling station.
Absolutely.
I was just curious, what sort of steps are you taking to ensure a low cost for your customers?
The thing is, we will design all the parts by ourselves. So we are doing not just purely assembling. We are doing the design for the parts for the filling stations. And we are using a lot of thermodynamical processes to minimize also the costs for the complete filling station and as well to run the filling station.
Okay, great. So it sounds like by producing your own pieces, it ends up dropping the costs a little bit.
Absolutely.
There are no more questions at this point. I'm sure you can talk to both of these gentlemen at booth B50. You guys are here throughout the rest of the fair?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Well, thank you both so much for your time. That was a great way to start the day. And I invite all of you here to stick around. We have another presentation in just a few moments. So thanks for your attention, and thanks once again.
Thanks a lot.
Very much for the opportunity.